Okay, hello everybody. Today, look at this. It's such a beautiful day. It's been raining. And don't worry, I'm not going to talk about the weather. My name is Dr. Cheryl Meyer, and I help people navigate through their spiritual awakening. I say that, I'm a psychologist, but all of life is a spiritual awakening. And I want you to be awake. But I have to let go of that one. And it's my wish, it's my passion that people know love. I want everybody to know love and know it well and keep it. I don't want you to know a love that just goes away, I don't look for the sun. I do look for the sun, not in my videos, just in my life. The sun is like the representation of God, and you are a representation of God. You're presenting God into this world. It's a sacred thing. It's such a beautiful thing. I don't know if you know it yet. And so I was just reflecting for us, this video is about, I have this, I'll show you this first, so we can get it in the back of our minds, right? There's this thing I carry in my purse, and I printed it out today for us. I have a little laminated version. But I was watching a Joe Dispenza video, and he was talking about how, Dr. Joe, he's talking about how when you get lost in your old memories, you start having these feelings from your old memories, and then you just keep repeating your past because your body doesn't know that you're not in that memory anymore. Your body doesn't know that you're not experiencing that. And so then we can get stuck in our past and our past pain and everything. And I was like, what's the cure for that? Because I'm always looking for the cure, There's the band, The Cure. And I'm just like, yeah, the cure, And so the cure is always love, right? Whoa. I wear this. I put it on even though I'm exercising right now, but I'll show you what I printed out, okay? Because it's already getting, watch. So I was saying, well, Dr. Joe is just talking about what St. Ignatius of Loyola was talking about. He prayed this prayer, he memorized this prayer in the 1400s, I think he was, 15. And so I'll give you that because I keep it in my purse. And it's not so you can be super religious. I'm not trying to teach people how to be super religious. I've been a psychologist for over 20 years. I studied the science of psychology. Ology means the study of. Psyche is your soul. And so I looked at it always as the study of your soul. I don't know what other people looked at it as, but I wanted to know how you could be free in your soul, And so let me show you that. I see two people coming up on this path. I don't know how. Oh, I'll just go on the grass, even though it's all wet and muddy. All right. Oh, look, there's a tree. I'm always finding trees to be by. All right, now look. Here. I'll put it so you can do a screenshot. There, it's going to show up. Okay, and I'll explain this to you. I'll read it and I'll explain it so you have it. Okay, here's the other thing. All right, and so understand what I'm teaching you is just like what Dr. Joe discovered, after all these years of him looking into this and how people can free their minds, Jesus was always talking about higher consciousness. This is like OG, the original old school, truth. All right, so St. Ignatius prayed this prayer. It's called the Sucipe in Latin or something. I don't know how to pronounce it. But it says, take, Lord, and receive all my liberty, my memory, my understanding, and my entire will, all I have and call my own. You have given all to me. To you, Lord, I return it. Everything is yours. Do with it what you will. Give me only your love and your grace. That is enough for me, right? And I was trying to memorize it, trying to understand, not just as as a religious activity, but because, I don't want to forget this. Why do you think I have all these mnemonics and over 600 videos, almost 700? I looked last night, I saw, because I forget these. Like, our flesh forgets these and goes back to, well, can't I just eat a stack of pancakes? Can't I just get some Nutella? Can't I just drink something? Can't I just watch another TV show? Can't I just, right? And so we go into all these different places, and there's a bench up here. Sometimes I do videos on this bench. And so, okay. So understand what Dr. Joe is saying so that you can free yourself, right? See, right now I'm having to collect myself, take a deep breath, be present where I am, where you are, be present. Know yourself as the deeper essence, as, the person beyond. You think I am this person? I am this name? I am a psychologist? My title? No, I'm not my age. I'm not my skin color. That's part of the vessel that I am. I'm not denying that. But am I my memories? Am I my childhood traumas and losses? No. Like, you are a soul and you're in a body. And it's important that you get grounded, feet on the ground. I'll show my feet so that John Butler will say that, feet on the ground. Look at this expanse, though. The ocean's right there. Right, but underneath those clouds, that's where the ocean is. And so some mystics say it's like we're one drop in the ocean. The ocean of divine love that created us, right? And so when we get lost in this world, remember, take a moment to contemplate when you get lost in this world. When we get lost, we get identified with our flesh, with what's going on around us. And we think, I am this personality, Cheryl as a personality has lots of problems right now, I have problems. I like how Eckhart Tolle said. He says, you never have to have any more problems. They're life circumstances for you to deal with, and either to face right now, or, to figure out how you're going to face them, or, basically set them aside and ask divine love. You're asking divine love, how do you want me to face these, But this prayer, this is why it's the one card that I keep in my purse. And it's like, just like this. Look what I happened to grab this because it's cold. This rose, right? Which always reminds me, rise, open your soul eyes. Remember, you feel this peace and this calm because you see things from a higher perspective. You get to a more expansive perspective. And so there's a proverb that says, so that's what I was laughing about, because I'm so stoked that Dr. Joe found all these ways to free people's minds, but these are ancient ways that people way before St. Ignatius found, Jesus was talking about it all the time. When the disciples asked him, how ought we pray? I've done lots of videos on Our Father. I could definitely write a book on that. But the Lord's Prayer, Psalm 23, and Our Father is a very, very deep mystic prayer that gets you in the present moment and helps you align back with God in like a most beautiful way. But because I'm not teaching on that right now, let me teach you this so you understand this, so that you can be free, okay? So understand what I just said about the psychology, that your memories, when you keep reliving a memory in your head, when you keep going back to that memory, then you start feeling the feelings of that. And then your body starts reacting, and it doesn't know that you're not there again. And I'm not saying suppress your memories. I could talk for about 4 hours on that right now. So just know that I have to cut things out when I make these short videos. But nevertheless, they're all seeds, and they're important for you to get, because then you'll understand. And so you be present, but don't get locked in. Just like these clouds over there. They say it's like watching the clouds. Understand yourself as the observer. You're more than the observer, but for the thoughts and the memories, when they come up, just let them be there. And don't get hooked in, right? But the way you do that is by practicing this. This is why I give you these tools. This is why I keep these tools, because I have to practice this all the time. Because our flesh, like I said, just wants to go to whatever's going to give me the immediate, release, the immediate high of just... I like how people say it. It's like Mr. Right Now instead of Mr. Right, Mrs. Right Now or Miss Right Now instead of Mrs. Right, I'll just take this because I'm lonely, or I notice this, or I will, I'll go ask other people to tell me what God's saying. Now, I'm not saying don't learn in a church or something like this. Like, we're meant to study and to learn. But I was just noticing, like, oh, why do I want to hear what someone else has to tell me, what God said for me, instead of, and I was like, oh, maybe that's about my lack of trusting that God will want to speak to me. Maybe it goes back to this old rejection script from childhood where, I'm just going to be rejected again. And I assume that. And so all these people go to all these things, they go to someone else, to go, hey, can you, I don't want to say all those things. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. We'll go to external things to try to give us a spiritual consolation or a high, instead of trusting that if I just get past that quiet time, being present with God, and the uncomfortable and all the stuff that might come up first that has to be cleared out, then I'll have like this clear space of, of just being present with God. And it might happen, a lot of the times it happens right away when you just be still, you're trusting, because God will reward that, but God doesn't keep giving us spiritual highs because, he doesn't want us to be addicted to him like our flesh gets addicted to stuff. It doesn't have to be, And I love what someone said. This priest, actually, a bishop, he was just talking about, he's just said, you remember, it's like I forget, in Christ will show you how to be free from your flesh. That's what he's showing us. He said it this way. He said, Christ is showing you how to actually live the true Torah in your heart. Something like that. That's how I translated it. Anyway, let's go back to this. Because I welcome all religions. I want you to be free. This is why I'm teaching this stuff. And so if you look at this, even like the Buddhist detachment or Taoism, like just being like this, this prayer is teaching you that. And so I made up this mnemonic so I could remember it, right? The Proverbs that I was saying. Oh, and if you're on any other social media, come over to my YouTube channel because it cuts off at 15 anywhere else. So welcome, subscribe, and thanks you guys that are all your new subscribers. I welcome you here. Right, so look, I made this mnemonic because there's a proverb that says, don't be like the mule that has to be led by the bit and the bridle, Don't be like that. Use your free will. to give God all your memories, all your understanding, all your liberties, your entire will. All I need is your love and your grace. That's the summary of the Sucipe, you know, is God has given everything to us. And so that's just what gets us back in alignment with God, you know. La Vie en Rose, that's why, too, I was thinking of that. Because it's that, give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be La Vie en Rose. I didn't sing yet. I barely spoke yet this morning. I don't think I spoke until I turned the video on. But it's true. It always gets me back aligned in this peace place. It's like, oh, I don't have to worry about any memories that torture me from childhood, or, you know, or from my adulthood, you know, any memories of things that I've done wrong, or, you know, it's just like, that's what Our Father is, you know, forgive us all of the ways we've turned away, all of the ways we've turned away from the light, and we were afraid of the sun shining on us and shining through us, and what it would bring up in us, and that we turned to the darkness, we turned to putting a cloak on, you know, to feed our flesh in the immediate, because we're afraid of the stuff that comes up, you know. It's not pretty, the stuff that comes up. I'm not saying it is, you know. I just walked across my backyard a little bit ago, and there's my dog's poop is all over the backyard, you know. And I was like, oh, I didn't have my kid go back there recently because it was raining, you know, to go and pick it all up. It's just like, you know, you can have a beautiful backyard. I just got to get the bag and pick it all up. You know, she's a little dog, but it's a big mess. And so, but it's not impossible. And we don't have to do it all ourselves, you know. Like, God, it's great how God will give us the simplest examples, right? Like, am I never going to be able to use my backyard again? No, I just get a bag and start cleaning up. And if you feel like it's just too much, you know, you ask God, how do I do this, you know? And he shows up in ways like Hercules. Like, Hercules had these feats where he had to clean out all of these barns, muck like 1,000 barns by the dawn, you know? And he's just like, I'm never going to be able to do this. And he started. And what happened in the story, as far as I remember it, is like God helped divert a river, or you know, something that represented God, divert a river, and the river went through and cleaned it spick and span, you know. But Hercules had to begin somewhere. And so I encourage you, you know, that's just what I did this morning. I was like, I must be understanding this incorrectly, not as in alignment with full love, you know. And so this just came to me again because I have it memorized. I'm like, oh, good. I give you God. God is bigger, you know. Even in AA, the first step is I came to believe that a power greater than myself could restore me to sanity. That's what all of this is. That's what Joe Dispenza is talking about, you know, when he's saying go to a place of no mind in space, you know, he's creating an environment where you can let go of you trying to control and micromanage everything. Now, I recommend, you know, going to divine love and saying, you know, help me understand. You gave me understanding. The Creator created all of us, you know. I give you my understanding back. Transmute my understanding so I can understand in the true light, you know, with true light. I hope you hear the birds. I thought of making a video where we just, like, I talk at the beginning and I'm like, this is really a secret video where we're just gonna sit. And you're like, don't bother me anyone. I'm watching this this 15-minute video, and you're just sitting with me, you know. We have this consuming culture where we feel like we have to consume. No, I gotta, you know, I watch a lot of videos at 2 times speed, and it's like, I wish you love. Be at ease. You know, don't carry the world upon your shoulder. That's Hey Jude. Hey Jude. I better not sing too much of it, you know, because copyright stuff, but it's like, take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. Her is wisdom. Her is divine love as the feminine, you know. Let her into your heart, and then you'll start to make it better. That's all we're talking about. Let her. Proverbs, it's like Proverbs 1, 2, 3, and 4 will tell you all about this. Seek wisdom, seek understanding. Like you're seeking for gold, it says. And then she will protect you. She will guard you. She'll make your life good and loving and beautiful. You know, not like beautiful on the outside, like what people judge, you know. I don't know if people would judge my life beautiful, but my life is so beautiful because I don't have to carry all of the world on my shoulders. I don't have to identify with all of the very painful things that are going on in my current life right now. You know, they don't have to overwhelm me because I am more than that, you know. I am that I am. That's God's name, and God is in me and flows in me. All that I have, the divine has given to me. So I'm like, I give it back to you. I can't carry all of that. Just show me what you want me to do today. How can I love today? And I have these disciplines where I keep making these videos for you guys and keep showing up at work and showing up for my kids and showing up in my own life by exercising and all that. I wish you so much love. Thank you for being here. Like, share, and comment.